What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. And for those of you that are returning, what up, my purpose peeps? So today we're talking about how to deal with weight gain after losing a bunch of weight. And if anybody can talk to you about that, I'm your girl. So for those of you that do not know, I am a health and fitness professional, and I've been training individuals for over 10 years. I've competed in 2 bikini competitions, and I know how to do all the things. The meal preps, the training, the discipline, the dedication, the whole package. But there are times when I fall off. I completely fall off the bandwagon, and it comes with the feeling of embarrassment, shame. I just get really down on myself, and it's hard to deal with. I go through body dysmorphia, and I kind of spiral into a whole weight gain depression. But I'm just here to share with you guys some of the ways that I have overcome all of those feelings. And I know those feelings that people go through because I've lived it. And it's not nice, but I do understand what can happen to you mentally when you attain such huge goals, and then there you are again, and you feel like it's square one. But I just want to leave you, before I get into the tips, I just want you to know what we need to do is adjust our focus, adjust our goals, and adjust the way that we're going to approach our transformations. And that's exactly what I've done. Just readjusting. A lot of the times when I transformed, they were based off of different things. And when I look back at that, the things that I was attaching those goals to were short term. So when we want to achieve weight loss and keep it off, we really need to attach that why to something that is forever. For me, I would attach weight loss just to hitting the stage. But what happens after? The bikini competition is over. And I knew in the back of my mind, like, I wasn't going to continue to compete. I was going to take a break. So there was nothing to take over and to help me look forward to and stay on track. So a lot of the times that's what people are dealing with when they have achieved a weight loss goal and then pack it back on afterwards. We really need to attach our goals to something that is lifetime, long-term, and it doesn't fade. So, without further ado, here are my tips to how to deal with weight gain after you have lost a bunch of weight. So, number 1, we need to analyze what happened. I know it's basic, but a lot of the times when something goes wrong, we kind of want to go into fix it mode without actually taking the time to analyze what went wrong. What happened? What did we do wrong? And like I was sharing with you, I sat back and I was like, why is it that I can do a huge transformation, but fall back into gaining unwanted weight? And like I said, I found that I was attaching my goals to something that was short term, not long term. So we really need to figure out why it happened, okay? We need to analyze our goals. Like, what goal do you have? Is your goal attainable? Is it achievable? Is it measurable? Is your goal realistic? We have to analyze these things, right? We have to analyze our support system. Are we doing something but not feeling supported? Like, there's so many aspects to being successful in your health and fitness journey that is attached to our surroundings and who we are around. And I'll get more into that, because the support piece is in more than one of my tips, okay? So we have to analyze, like, was there a life change that happened in our life that made us fall off? Like, and why did it? Like, let's analyze, let's look at what happened in my life that made me fall off. Was it, a loss? Was it a new job, a new role, a lack of a job, children, family, friends, a breakup, all these type of things? We have to really analyze, like, was it a life change that has made me fall into gaining weight again? We also have to analyze the type of help that we need to be successful. So the last time that you were able to achieve your goal, analyze how you got there, right? So do you need more of that this time around? Did you need to change something? Do you need to increase something, decrease something? Really need to analyze what the last transformation was like, the last goal that you achieved. Analyze that and see, like, last time I did this, like, for instance, the last time you did it, you achieved the goal, but you didn't really like the way the trainer did ABCD. You didn't like the follow-up. You didn't like the meal plan. You didn't like the workouts. They were really hard on your body. Like, and because when you reached the goal, you probably pieced out because you didn't want to do that again, right? So analyzing is my number one tip, and within that, all the things, right? Analyzing all those things. Number two is research, right? So we need to research before we get involved in a weight loss regimen plan. We need to research the sustainability of it. We need to research if the plan is right for you. You need to research how many people have been successful and for how long. We need to research, is what you're doing something that you can sustain for a lifetime, or is it a quick fix? You need to research these things so that you know what you're going into. And a lot of the times when we have a deeper understanding of what we are doing, that transforms into a longer lasting relationship with your plan, or whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah, research the lasting effects. Gotta research, right? So that's number two. So number three is habits. Habits are the key to your results. And using me again for an example, I was building or working on habits that were for a season, right? Getting up at 6:30 a.m. to go hardcore, and going back at a certain time in the evening to do my strength training. Are they good habits? Yes. Are they sustainable? Not necessarily, because life doesn't always allot you that type of time, right? So a lot of these programs out there, the habits that they want you to build, they don't necessarily fit into a lifetime of health and fitness, right? So you really want to build habits, like little habits. So start with, when I train people, I always talk about one habit at a time. So eating right, work on that, right? And then when you get that and that becomes second nature, then we can talk about, working out regularly at a certain day, at a certain time. And then that comes normally. Then we can be like, all right, okay, let's drink water throughout the day. Drink this much water. Like little habits that will develop lasting change, as opposed to trying to drill in this huge habit and to get a huge impact, but then it's not sustainable. It's not something that you can do forever in your life. So a huge tip I could say for somebody that is struggling and going up and down in your weight is to really work on lasting habits, okay? It will be a game changer in your life. And that's exactly what I have done, is I've worked on small little habits to create lasting change. Also, like with your habits, right? You have to look at it, is this habit a part of your value system? Because a lot of the times we can push and do things over and over again consistently to get a result, but it doesn't align with our values. Another thing, if the habit is not enjoyable to you, I'm not saying everything has to be enjoyable, but I believe that there has to be some element of satisfaction out of what you're doing, right? So at first it might be uncomfortable, right? But there has to be some type of joy that comes out of it, some type of enjoyment, has either it be the results or just feeling better about yourself, right? So that's another thing, that when you're working on a habit, like, are you enjoying what you're doing? Okay, you have to look at that. And another thing is the habit that you're picking up healthy? And that's huge. So not every plan and every eating nutrition plan is healthy. I'll say it here, and I'll always say it. Not every plan, not every workout plan, and not every nutrition plan is healthy. And we get to these goals, but our bodies are like, no ma'am, no sir. And your body starts to resort back to normalcy because the habit that you formed is not healthy. And your body's like, no, and reverses that. And you're gaining all this weight back when you let up because your body's trying to fix itself, right? So make sure you're picking healthy habits, enjoyable habits, habits that align with your values, habits that align with your purpose, habits that align with your goals, right? And just habits that will enable you to see lasting results is my tip for habits. Number 4 is your support system. It's huge. We all need someone. And your support system, a lot of the times, we want everybody around us, family, friends, children, whatever your family situation looks like, we want them to be on board. But what if they're not? And what if they don't understand you? And what if they don't want to do what you're doing? That's okay. And a lot of the times when we go kind of like left field, off balance, and we go dive deep into our goal and kind of don't have the support of anybody around us, when the times get tough, we fall off. So it's important, as much as you're building yourself up, you're building a community as well that will help you, that will be there for you, that will share with you, because this journey literally is not purpose for you to do it on your own. Being healthy, living well, wellness, health, it's not an isolated journey. I believe that it is something that needs to have a community that helps to nurture it. And that is game changing. And I have done that for myself this time around, and I'm seeing lasting change. It's because I have surrounded myself with people who will encourage me. And I did have to look outside of my own home. Not saying that my family didn't support me, but the support that you need, and you know what you need. That support, you have to go out there, and there's tons of communities out there of women, men that are all trying to strive to be better and are a positive community and an encouraging community, and a community that will help you in the times where times get rough, because it's not easy changing, right? So you really need that support system. So a support system, get one. And I'm here if you need me. So my last tip that I will leave you with is accountability. Now, let me tell you something. Accountability was my biggest struggle, and still to this day, it is something that I do because I have a little bit of a rebelness within me where I kind of don't want to answer to anybody, right? But when you're trying to change something and change something for the good and change something that will last, it is so important that you have an accountability in place to ensure that you stay on track, to ensure that you're not falling off, to ensure that you can just being accountable to somebody or something is game changing. So whether that be, like I said in tip number 4, your support system, or trackers, devices, planners. A lot of people are self-driven in terms of being accountable. Some people use calendars, and I know there's somebody that had shown me they use a calendar, and if they don't have an X on one day for doing what they're supposed to do, that bothers them, right? Whereas for me, when I didn't put an X on that day, I was like, throw it out, and never look back. But some people are driven by that. There's something in place to keep you in check. So accountability is huge, and you can get that again there's so many trackers, so many apps out there that you can use. I love my Apple Watch. It really helps me by showing me that, hey, you haven't moved today, or hey, your heart rate's bring it up a little bit, or hey, you don't have enough steps. Like stuff like this really help you to stay motivated and to stay in the groove and keeping your goal and what you want to accomplish right in the forefront. And maybe it's a trainer for you. As I said before, that support system, a friend, a buddy system, anything, but those are things that you have to have in place. So guys, like, I didn't really go into my story about gaining back the weight, but I'll tell you this: the shame, the embarrassment, the wanting to hide, the feeling like I let myself down, as well as a lot of others that were looking up to me, it is real. But you also have to look at life as a journey, and my journey incorporates me having to redo some things so that I can come back and do it better. Bottom line. And these tips that I've shared with you are something that I really truly believe everybody should have in place in their life, especially when it is that they want to live a healthy lifestyle. They are key, they are game changing, and they are lasting, and you will see results from doing this. So this is how you can deal with, if you're out there and you have done all the things, you've done all the weight loss programs, and you've paid countless personal trainers, and it's a cycle, and on and on and on. These are some of the things that you need to add into your life starting from today, and I'm guarantee you will see change. You will get benefit from this, right? Because they're tried, tested, and true, and you just have to plug in. You gotta plug in, and you gotta just really trust the process. Everything has a process, right? So guys, I just thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope this was helpful to anybody out there. Like I said, my goal is to give at least one person hope every day. I'm not asking to give millions of people hope, thousands, hundreds. I'm just looking to give one person hope out there. If you like this video, guys, please comment down below of your tips at what stood out to you, what you liked, what you will implement in your life. I'd love to hear from you. As well, I have a goal to reach 50,000 by the end of this year, and I'm really pushing here on this platform. So I thank you for the encouragement. Please click the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.